It's here, my most powerful, passionate, thorough, and results-oriented program that I've ever created. And guess what? It's simple, it's practical, and it's portable for you. The world right now is changing and shifting at an incredibly rapid pace. Old systems are falling, new systems are surging, and we just feel dizzy and wobbly. Individuals right now are a reflection of the collective. We see a dramatic movement towards trauma shedding and healing, and there's a demand for a better way of living and working. There's a massive spiritual awakening across the planet. Self-exploration, healing, and ascending is on the rise. So even the heavy hitters at Harvard are saying that the most important negotiations are the ones that you make with yourself, because those negotiations drive the impactful leadership and they upgrade the overall value of our lives. It's what the world needs. So we know that managing our inner world produces massive external shifts and prosperity. Yes, and I show you how to negotiate beautifully from the inside out. Listen, I wish I could tell you that I became a psychotherapist because it was my plan since undergrad. Not. In my 20s, actually, I was an international development consultant and I was moving up the ladder beautifully and successfully, but no one could tell that I felt like an emotional and relational mishmash on the inside. My internal landscape was a minefield comprised of childhood trauma that I didn't even know I had, debilitating separation anxiety, and a phobia that lasted 10 years. Needless to say, my attachment style was anxious, ambivalent, and it was wreaking havoc every time I fell in love. Ouch. It wasn't pretty. My need for relief made me an obsessive seeker for my own healing. I was solving for my own pain points, basically. What ensued was years of individual, group therapy, and later couples therapy. I attended 12-step programs to help me break habits and reformat my mind. I began my spiritual journey and studied progressive Christianity, Buddhism, and several metaphysical traditions. I learned all about the mind-body connection, so important. Energy healing, neuroscience, quantum physics. I studied several forms of meditation, and I started a practice that I still keep today. And when I saw the results, and when I saw how transformational this all was, I realized that I loved it all. And that self-exploration and that self-healing were truly my passion. And so I made it a mission to share this with anybody who's also interested in self-healing, self-reflection, and the internal dialogue. Because everything for me pivoted, right? My wound became my gift. Fast forward to 2010, I compiled all of my psychological, spiritual, and scientific learnings into a simple, portable, and practical toolkit. And you know it as dynamic meditation. 12 years later, today, this has evolved from a methodology into a movement with serious followers who attest that their lives have felt transformed by these teachings. I am thrilled to finally announce my new program, Wealth from Within, the Inner Journey and the Outer Abundance. This is not psychotherapy. This is an immersive experience where you get a PhD on yourself. So there's a sea of information out there about self-help, about psychology, about attachment styles, and it can be quite overwhelming. So I purposely created Wealth from Within as a one-stop shop, as a shortcut, if you will. So with what I found to be the most impacting tools and processes so that you can start your journey back home to yourself. I did all of the work so you don't have to. So let's say that you don't have the time to meditate. That's what you're saying. Well, this is specifically an on-the-go program that is based on a process of asking yourself questions, of self-inquiry. So let's say you say, I'm too restless to do this internal work. I get that. I myself am a PTSD survivor, remember, and I had high anxiety for many years. I specifically created this program for that sensation of when you feel like you have your body hijacked. Remember, it's specifically to address those feelings. What if you say, I don't know where to start, right? Well, I decrease that overwhelm by picking the most potent tools that I used for me and that I have seen work for the last 12 years in others. What if you say it feels like so much? Well, this is a sequential step-by-step program that increases in intensity, right, over the 3 volumes. I provide the vision, the roadmap, the instructions, the tools, and all of the processes for you. What if you say this is a big financial investment? So is all higher and better education. And what is more important than you getting an education or a PhD on you? Remember, this is all about you for you. This isn't about psychotherapy. It's not about you following a guru. It's not about what research says. This is about you proving the results to you. What are the outcomes? Well, what I know in my own skin and what I've heard others say is that you have the feeling of feeling in control over your internal world, right smack in the middle of the now moment. And this internal control gives you control over your responses and reactions to your external world and your external conditions. And this is when it feels miraculous or magical, because what you see happen is that your external life begins to adjust and mold around you, around your individualized desires and preferences. And that's what I call the heaven on earth experience. And that's in volume 3 of this program. If you really do this, your internal results will be that you'll trust yourself. You're going to feel more passionate, more powerful, more self-confident. You'll feel proud. You'll feel ambitious. Yes, you'll want more. And more will start to show up around you. Those will be your external changes. Good business, good love, good sex, and good money are par for the course. I'm not the only one saying that. Harvard experts are saying that. As Ram Dass said, we are all walking each other home. So welcome home to you.